All right, today we're diving into something that could totally change how you exist online, the MyLocator system. It's a really bold idea for creating one single universal key for your entire digital life.
Think about it. How many different accounts, logins, and passwords do you juggle every day? It's a mess, right? Well, this system starts by asking a really simple but powerful question. What if you could tie all of that together with just one name? A name that you actually, truly own.
So, here's how we're going to break this down. We'll start with the big, grand vision. Then we'll drill down into the nuts and bolts, the actual assets and the tech that make it work. And finally, we'll zoom back out to see the incredible impact this whole thing could have.
And look, this isn't just about making life a little more convenient. This is about getting ready for a fundamental shift in how the internet economy works, a change that's being driven by the explosion of AI and automation.
The big idea driving all this is what's called the agentic economy. Just imagine a future where AI assistants and smart wallets are constantly making transactions for us. Well, for that to work, they need a verifiable identity that we humans can actually read and trust.
It's really about moving from the chaos of today's scattered digital footprint to a future that's anchored by one single, powerful, and provable key. And the best part? It belongs to you, and only you.
Okay, so how does this actually work? This isn't just some theory floating around. It's built on a very real, very specific asset, a huge portfolio of interlocking.com domains that all work together as one big, coherent system. Just look at the difference here. On the left, you've got that jumble of letters and numbers we see in crypto wallets today. Totally anonymous, impossible to remember. And on the right, a name that clearly tells you who you're dealing with. It's a move from computer speak to human speak. You know, anyone can go out and buy a few domains. That's an asset. But when you have over 250 of them, all following the exact same logic, a keyword plus locator.com, it stops being just a collection. It becomes a unique piece of internet infrastructure that's basically impossible to replicate.
And this is where you can see its unique power. Just check out that first row. Unlike a lot of crypto-native systems, this works in any web browser, today, right now, because it's built on standard .coms. It's the bridge between the internet we all use every day and the new on-chain world. You know, a world where your digital ownership is securely logged on a public blockchain.
Okay, so we've got the vision, we've got the assets. Now for the engine that makes it all go. And again, this isn't science fiction. The technology to turn these everyday domains into programmable, on-chain assets is live and running as we speak.
I mean, look how recent this is. The DOMA protocol, a critical piece of this whole puzzle, launched its mainnet in late 2025. This is brand new, cutting-edge tech that's just now hitting the market and making this whole vision possible.
And because this new tech is now live, the whole process of bringing a domain on-chain is surprisingly simple. You take a normal domain name you own, use the DOMA protocol to basically create a digital twin of it on the blockchain, and then platforms like Mizu let you trade and use that new asset.
The real magic in how DOMA works is that it lets a domain be two things at once. It can work perfectly in your browser for a website or email, while also existing as a tradable asset on a blockchain like Base or Solana. You literally get the best of both worlds.
And to put the opportunity here into perspective, the traditional domain market is a $360 billion asset class. The amount of that value that has been brought on-chain so far, it's less than $1 million. We are at the absolute rock-bottom ground floor of a massive financial shift.
Okay, so we've been deep in the tech weeds. Let's zoom back out. What does this new infrastructure actually let us build? What are the actual products that you, a user, can get your hands on?
Well, think of it like a whole menu of identity products. You could get a really specific single-channel key, maybe something like sara.pizzalocator.com, just for your food orders. Or you could get a vertical bundle, like sara.foodlocator.com, that works for all food-related services. And it just scales up from there, all the way to huge businesses.
But the real powerhouse here, the flagship product, is the universal bundle key. With this, you register just one name. Let's say it's jim.mylocator.com. And that single identity instantly works across all 250-plus verticals in the entire network. One purchase and you have one unified name for pretty much any online interaction you can think of. And here's the real aha moment. This is not another subscription. It's a one-time fee for a perpetual asset. You buy the key and it is yours, forever. It's not rented, it's owned. No renewal fees, no platform you're locked into.
The benefits here are huge on both sides. For us, as consumers,
It's the beautiful simplicity of having one portable ID for everything, from your bank to your social media. But for businesses, this is a game changer. It promises a world with drastically less fraud, no more painful chargebacks, and instant payment settlement. It solves massive, expensive problems for everyone involved.
So let's tie all these pieces back together into that grand vision. This isn't just about a better login system. It's about building an entirely new, trusted layer for the internet itself.
What this does is create a new foundation for commerce. Instead of relying on anonymous addresses and a bunch of middlemen, every single exchange can be anchored directly to a trusted, human-readable identity.
This quote from the source material just captures it perfectly. It's not an app or a website, it's a universal identity operating system built on natural language infrastructure. It's a fundamental system for identity, built on the most intuitive interface we all have, language.
So I'll leave you with this final thought to chew on. In a future where machines are transacting billions of times a day on our behalf, what's going to be more valuable than the simple, trusted, human-readable names that anchor it all?